There was a time when altars were made of stone, and prayers were tears that fell like rain. A time when a man's calling was weighed, not by applause, but by the quiet trembling of his soul before God. But seasons change, and with time, the sanctuary learned to glitter. Lights grew brighter. Screens grew larger. The voice of the preacher became polished, rehearsed, almost too perfect. For not every shepherd is sent. Some are self-appointed.
Some are market-trained.
Some learned how to perform holiness without ever touching God. Their words sound heavy, but their hearts are hollow. And the sheep, God's people, follow the sound, not the substance. Today, we look at those who wear the robe, but do not know the one who gave it. The story. There was once a young man full of ambition. He admired preachers who made crowds roar. He admired the spotlight, the stage, the honorific titles. He saw ministry not as sacrifice, but as a career. So he began to learn the art of performance. He learned how to move his voice, up and down like waves. He learned which verses make crowds shout. He learned when to pause, when to cry, how to shout, fire. Even when heaven was silent, crowds came. They called him Man of God. They bowed. They obeyed. They sowed seeds. They believed. But in the secret place, the place where God is found, he never went, and heaven never answered. Pause for a moment and consider this question. When a shepherd learns to collect sheep but not care for them, who truly grazes in the field? Is it the shepherd? Or is it the hunger of his ego? Time passes. His name spreads. Billboards rise.
Videos trend.
His voice becomes an echo in many homes. But fame is a wind. It fills the sails, yes, but only for a moment. And the sea beneath remains deep and dark. Because what is ministry without God?
A show.
Picture him backstage, not praying, but rehearsing, not broken, but calculating. He knows which testimonies spark tears, knows how to say, God spoke to me, even when God said nothing. His Bible is a prop, his pulpit a platform, his congregation an audience. He studies applause, more than scripture. If the sermon is crafted to impress, not to transform, what spirit stirs among the listeners? Is it conviction or excitement? The body may move, but the soul remains unchanged.
Pause.
Now watch him after the service. The lights are low. The crowd is gone. Only the counting room remains. He smiles, not during worship, but during the offering. His hands shake, not during prayer, but while touching the money. His heart beats, not for God, but for his own increase. When the tears of worship dry quickly, yet the eyes glow during offering, what spirit is leading the ministry? Not every miracle is from God. Some are staged. Some are whispered instructions. Some are bought testimonies. Some are illusions of timing and emotional manipulation. And the people clap, because emotion is easier to feel than truth. But heaven watches. Heaven always watches. Can a hand anointed with oil still tremble with greed?
Yes.
And many do. The church grows. Branches open. Followers multiply. But something else multiplies too. Hunger. Demand. Thirst for attention. Need for relevance. The altar becomes a stage. The congregation becomes an audience. The sanctuary becomes a theater. And God quietly steps aside. If the altar becomes a stage and testimonies become scripts, where does truth sit? Truth becomes a whisper in the back row. One day, the people begin to feel it. Something off. Something missing. Something cold. The words still sound holy, but the atmosphere is empty. The pastor's shine is bright, but his shadow is darker. And slowly, quietly, he begins to fall apart. Not publicly, but inwardly.
His soul dries. His prayers die.
His peace leaves. Because no one can pretend in the presence of God. What becomes of a house built on loud praise, but silent obedience? It collapses. When the wind of truth comes, one night, while the world is asleep, While the lights of the sanctuary are out, while the applause has faded, he stands alone.
No choir, no ushers.
No crowd calling his name. And he realizes he never knew God. He only knew performance. And now, there is no stage to hide behind. When the people finally awaken, where will the actor hide when the lights go off? There comes a day when God separates gold from glitter. When heaven weighs motives, not sermons. When deception is peeled away, like skin from fruit. The one who built his name on smoke will watch his empire dissolve in silence.
No applause, no titles.
No crowd, just him and God. And the God he pretended to know will not pretend to know him. For every soul misled, for every heart manipulated, for every scripture twisted, judgment will not be loud. It will be quiet, heavy, final. False fire burns brightly, but only for a moment. True fire endures. So guard your spirit. Test every voice. Weigh every prophecy. Discern every altar. For not every shepherd leads to pasture. Some lead to famine, but those who seek truth shall find the shepherd who never lies.